Hi guys, today I thought I would do a decluttering video of my makeup collection here. I don't have a huge collection, but I do have a bit of stuff, and they thought it was the beginning of the year. It's a good time to go through it. So I'm going to just go ahead and go through it as quickly as I can. I'm not going to go through every product that I have, but I'm just going to pull out the things that I'm probably going to get rid of or pass along to someone else. So I hope you enjoy. I might split this up into more than one video depending on how long it is. So I'm going to start out with, these are all like face products and stuff, setting sprays, blushes, foundation, concealer, all that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get started, and please give this video a thumbs up or a like, thumbs up, whatever it is, and subscribe. So okay, so I'm going to start out first with setting sprays. I actually just got this. This is a new from Benefit, the Professional, their new setting spray. I got it from an influencer box, and I still need to try it. I haven't tried it yet, so obviously I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to just set everything to the side. I'm sorry if there's a lot of noise, but... And then I have two of the Morphe setting sprays. I'm going to keep those. I guess I kind of will go through each product. I'm just quickly. I have the Physicians Butter Bronzer. Let's see, I'm trying to do this on camera. Here. I'm going to keep that as well. And then this is an Eyeliner blush palette I got in a boxy charm. Let's see, there's the blushes there. And those are really nice. I'm keeping that. A lot of stuff I'm keeping, so I'll just go through it fast. But this is just a little sample of Pat McGrath's foundation. They have the different shades I think I got in a Sephora or something. And I haven't tried it yet, so I'm just gonna someday try that out. So we got a little sheet to throw away. And then this is the Tarte Pro Glow blush. I believe it's blush and, yeah, it has a blush, bronzer, and highlighter there. And I'm gonna keep that as well. Okay, so moving on, those are just kind of, I'll move on to the blushes and things and bronzers since I started there. It's a little Tarte that I got in Ipsy, going to keep. This is an e.l.f. little duo. It's supposed to be for eyebrows, but they said the contour shade, or sorry, the powder is a good contour shade for fairer skin. So sometimes I use that to contour. It is a bit old. You know what, I think I am gonna declutter this because I've had it for a long time and I don't use it as much as I did. So we'll get rid of that. That's the first declutter. Okay, and here's a little, it's supposed to be an eyeshadow from the Balm in Ooh La La. And this is actually probably going to replace that e.l.f. as the contour. So keeping that, got that in Ipsy. I think that's all for bronzers and contouring and all that. So let's go to blush here. I have the Ciate London blush. A lot of these you guys have probably seen in the Ipsies if you watched any of my past Ipsies. We'll keep that for right now. And let's see, we got another, this is a DLS. Oh, it says it's a highlighter. The writing's kind of rubbed off, but it's a highlighter on the bottom. It's a baked blush or highlight, I guess. It's pretty pink. So keep that. And then the last blush I have in here is from Phase Zero. And let's see what that one looks like. I don't remember what this looks like. Oh, that's a big one. Okay, so that is the blush, like a pale pink. That's really works well with my skin tone, so keep that as well. I know we got rid of like one thing, it's not a big declutter, it's just, you know, just going through it, see what I should get rid of. Here is a highlight from Estate and Do Me Lit. I don't know if it's Do Me or Lit. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep that. And then another highlight from Kate Voss, Fairy Dust. Let's see. That's what that looks like. That's a really nice highlight. I think I remember this didn't show up too strongly, but I'll try it out a few more times before I decide. And then I only have like 2 powders here. I'm not a big powder person. These were both samples that I got. Here it's the City Color HD powder. I think I'll keep that for a little bit. It's just kind of like a blurring powder, I think. And then this is the Laura Mercier, and it's just a finishing powder and translucent. Let me see actually how much I have in here. Okay, there's quite a bit, so I'll keep that as well. This one I've used the most. It's really nice. I really enjoy that one. And then this is just a little thing that came with the butter bronzer to put on. I'm just gonna toss that or whatever. So, okay, got that been done. Let's go ahead and go on to, let's go to concealer. I'm just gonna pull this over here. Keep it in frame there. And this is also primers and concealers. So this is the No Problem primer from Prime Essence Touch and Soul. It's like a hydrating primer. It doesn't really do much for priming. I'd say it's just kind of like a light hydrator, but this is really good. I use this when my skin's dry before I use makeup. So let's go into the other primers here. Some of these I put a little like blue tag on. I even have the date on some. They're obviously very old, some of them. And I was just putting the date so that I knew when I should throw it away or if I should use it first before all the other ones. So probably a lot of these that have the stickers on I'm going to get rid of because they're just old. I have, this was in Ipsy. I used it a few times. It was fine, but I just need to get rid of it because it's old there. So, okay. The other one I have is this little sample. Oh, this is, yeah, this is going. So, a little sample from Smashbox. I don't really I used a bit of it, but it's a tiny sample. It's just their photo finish, their regular primer. So I'm going to toss that. And last, oh, I have a little sample. This one doesn't have a date. I put a sticker on it. So it's probably from a while ago, but this is a Becca Instant Complexion. This is First Light Priming Filter. Oh, this is pretty nice. The samples actually, I feel like they're, well, there's a lot of air in here, but when I went to use it one time, there wasn't a lot that, it seemed I had to go pretty far down before I got any product out. So there's not hardly anything in here. So I'll toss that. And then I have these little guys from Smashbox, little primers. This is their, what is it, primerizer. So it's like a primer and moisturizer. I really enjoy this. This is like my favorite, probably one of my favorite primers, just because of how hydrating it is. And then this is a priming oil from Smashbox. I don't think I maybe used it once. I think it was just too oily for under makeup. So these are both pretty old, so I'm gonna declutter these as well. There's not really hardly anything in here. It looks like there is, but I've used the majority of that. Okay, let's see what else. have this little sample from, I probably got it in Sephora or something. I think it says 2016 was the date of, I checked the batch code on it. You can check codes. I'll leave the link below of the couple of sites where I check like my makeup and see when the manufacture date was and stuff. That's helpful to know when you should throw it out. Of course, some products you can use past a bit, you know, powders that are not going to go as bad, whereas like foundations or concealers or more liquid products would. So yeah, this is old and I haven't opened it and I've used it, and you know, the other one, so I'm not a huge fan, so I'll just toss that. And I recycle, of course, by the way, if any of you are curious, I do that. And so this last thing is actually, this last kind of primer. Oh, this is the, this actually probably should go in lip products, but it's a Smashbox Instant Matte lipstick transformer. So you put it on top of like a cream lipstick or something and it turns it to a matte finish. It actually worked pretty well. I used it a couple of times. And so I'm gonna keep that and see if, actually, let me see if, I'm gonna just put it out on my, just squeeze a little bit to see if it looks like it's separated or anything. Okay, that looks, oh no, that looks fine. It's kind of like a silicone, I guess, maybe that's what it is. So we'll keep that for a little bit, see if I get any use out of it. And then we're down to concealers here. I just have 3. This is very old. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage concealer. This is separated and the color is, actually doesn't really work for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then we have the Wet n Wild concealer. I don't know if they changed their concealer since I got this, the formula. This one's fine, it works good. It's a little dark for a concealer for me, so I actually just use it sometimes as an eye primer, which I know isn't the best thing to use as an eye primer, but sometimes I'll use it for that, or use it just to spot touch up, but it's too dark for under the eyes. So, but there's still some use out of that. And then lastly here I have the Benefit Boing concealer, and this is the shade number 1. This I didn't get too long ago. I got this also in an influencer box. They like to send Benefit products, I guess. So this I'm going to keep. I use this as my normal concealer under eye. The coverage is really good. So I do want to try the, what is it? The e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm looking, I'll probably get that once I am finished with this one. Okay, and then lastly for face here we have the foundations. Oh, and I also have just I have a Real Techniques blender, beauty blender thingy. And I also have the backup. Actually, this is one I was using. That's the backup. And it came with a little case to keep it in, to store it in. And it also has little vents so that it won't, you know, stay wet in there or anything. So yeah, those are nice. I really like to use those when my skin's drier. Okay, let's go ahead and get into all this foundation and stuff. So this is the J-Cat powder foundation. Really nice. I had the shade Porcelain, I believe. Yeah, I always have the lightest shade pretty much in the foundations, so that's nice. It does oxidize a little bit, but it's not too bad, and that's a nice, it can be a nice powder to go over to touch up too. And then I got this, oh my gosh, okay, hold on, I was distracted. I got this, was my friend was doing a Unique, which you all know is a multi-level company. The sponge is in there, sturdy, but multi-marketing thing. And I've used a good amount of that. You can't really tell actually, but it's divoted down a bit. This is a cream foundation I got in Scarlet. I'm pretty sure this is from a few years ago, and since it is a cream, it's not gonna probably keep for much longer. And I don't really use it much. It just doesn't, the texture just doesn't really ever, doesn't dry down at all, and it kind of, I don't know, it's just not the best product. But you know, they're trying to sell their stuff and all that, of course, so I wanted to support her and how I could, and I thought it'd be fun to try out, but it just doesn't really work for me, so I am gonna declutter that. Okay, and then actually most of my foundations I'm probably decluttering. I need to look for some new ones. This is a Revolution. This is the stick. Let's see. I haven't used a ton of this. I might keep this for a bit. Just like a little thing there. But this is just a foundation stick. It actually looks very gray in the container, but this is nice. It is pretty hydrating, and so, you know, it's not good for oily skin. I don't believe I have it in F1. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it for oily skin, and definitely even if you have dry skin, you're gonna need to set it. So, oh, I'm gonna keep that one. Yeah, I'm gonna set it aside. I'm trying to get my piles mixed up here. But I'm gonna keep that one for a little while. It's good in the winter time when my skin's drier. Okay, this thing here, this is just actually, it says Mary Kay. It's not, obviously. Well, actually, I don't know. Mary Kay does foundation? They got it. I would think so. But anyway, this is just an old bottle that I used. And I was mixing CoverGirl matte. It was a matte foundation that was in like a squeeze tube thing like this. And then I also mixed it with this LA Girl whitener because the foundation was very dark and it also oxidized, so it didn't work for me at all. So I like mixed them together, but I can tell that this is gone. This is bad. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And this lightener, what is it called actually? Pro Coverage Longwear. They call it a foundation, but it's just white. So you can mix it with your other foundations to lighten it. It works really well. And I did use it with some other foundations, but it's old and it's separated, so I'm gonna declutter this. The packaging is really nice, but I don't think it's a pump, and there's no way to reuse that, so we'll just recycle that. Okay, and then the last like full-size foundation like product is actually these number 7 boots, number 7. These are Match Made Custom Blend Foundation Drops. I have it in porcelain. I got these on a recommendation, well, on a video. I saw Taylor Wynn's video, and she used these, and it looked really good and had really good coverage for foundation drops. I mix it in with sunscreen, my sunscreen, to do like a kind of tinted sunscreen deal, and it looks really nice. So I'm gonna keep these. I get good use of those. And then I have a whole bunch of little, you can see here, well, this is a mini beauty blender that I don't even know what I would use this for. Maybe like concealer. I'm sure I probably got this in an Ipsy too. I don't even know, like, I feel like, I don't know. I'm gonna pass it on to someone. There is, like you can donate to women's shelters and stuff like that, so maybe I'll put that in there. So far none of these products I can really donate, but we'll put that aside and figure out what to do with that. Okay, this is just something to throw away. I don't know what that is. And let's go ahead and get to all these samples. Now, all of these, I'm sure, yeah, all these I got in an Ipsy. This is the oldest one that I have. This is a Makeup Forever HD foundation. And it's just too dark. You know, you get things in Ipsy, sometimes they don't get your exact shade right. I don't know if this is, what is this shade in? This is R230, which doesn't sound like it would be one of the lightest. So obviously I can't use this. It also has separated, it's old, so I'm gonna throw that out. And then I was looking at this, like, look at this craziness. I don't know if it's because, no. This is a really weird, okay, sorry, you guys can't even see. But if you can see, like, it looks empty here. Like, you can see through my finger through the packaging, can you? Just being weird. Anyway, it looks empty. I can see some product up higher up. Maybe it's just the way it was sitting. Hold on, let me try and get this down here. Okay, no it is. Okay, never mind. It's just the way it was sitting. Forget about that. Anyway, so it's CC cream from, you know, It Cosmetics, and yeah, I only use this like once, so I'm gonna keep this. I thought it had like evaporated. It's a little dark, but it's alright. I can just use some powder to lighten it. And then let's see what else we have here. We have the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. I got that in Ipsy as well not that long ago. I'm sure it's one of my videos. And so I'm still going to use that. That's actually came in a good shade. It's an LN2. And it's a very full coverage from what I've used of it. So I'll keep that. Let's see. We have the First Aid Beauty Broad Spectrum Ultra Repair Tinted Moisturizer. And this is in, actually I don't know what shade this is. I think this is the lightest one. But this is pretty good. It's just kind of, it's light coverage. It's a tinted moisturizer, so it's not like a foundation. So I'll probably keep this and use the rest of that up. I don't think I have much left in there. Try and get these away. And then the Smashbox Studio 24 Skin foundation. This is my favorite foundation that I've tried from an Ipsy bag. I would probably buy the full size of this. And yeah, it's in the shade 0.3, and it's a very good foundation match. So they did a good job again on that. But I still have a bit of this to use up. And then the Tarte, this is the newest one I got in Ipsy, Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. Actually, did I? I'm gonna try to remember if I used this. Oh, I did. I think I did, or I just swatched it. No, I think I remember using this once. And it was pretty nice. So I'll keep that and use the rest of that sample. Oh, and that's in shade 10 and Fair Neutral. So they did another good job with the shade on that. Okay, so that is all my face stuff that I decluttered.